Okay, now down to, oh, this is kind of a surprise here for me. Sean Dupree, he ended up ABA NAG 5. He was winning the Grands and he ended up falling. And he didn't, I guess he didn't race in very much NBL because I don't have him in the top 10. Dupree, very nice guy, big, burly looking dude, kind of scared. I didn't want to meet him in a dark alley, afraid he'd slit your throat. But actually, he's a nice guy. Very fast. He's been the top dude in our class since I started racing again. Won the Grands this year on Cruiser. I don't know, how did he do at the NBL Grands? I wasn't there.
He did incredibly good. He was on fire all day long, right up until those mains. He looked really good. He's got a lot of muscle, a lot of size. Looks like he should be an MMA fighter. Definitely not a porn star. He's lacking in some significant areas. But other than that, Sean Dupree's okay. He's a good friend of mine. He's all good. All good.
There you have it. Sean Dupree, good guy. Needs to stay out of the porn industry, apparently. Moving on, next guy I have on here is Mike Powers. I don't know Mike that well. Met him a couple times. He's from Florida, races NBL. Got national number 6 in NBL. I believe he's only been in the expert class. This is his second year, so he's doing very well. Just moving up into that class. Al knows a little bit more about Mike Powers as he races more NBL, and he saw him probably more this year.
Let me tell you a little bit about Mike Powers. Mike joined the Marine Corps when he was 19 years old. Mike Powers got kicked out of the Marine Corps when he was 19 years old. He was running around Camp Pendleton in California completely naked. That gives you a little insight on that guy. He's gay.
There you have it. Mike Powers, apparently NBL national number 6 and gay. The next guy on here, speaking of gay, John Paul Pfeiffer.
Homo.
Well, first of all, John Paul ended up NBL national number 4. Yeah, I like him. He's a good guy. I'm just joking when I say gay. He's a model. He has a good thing going in New York. Hyper team manager. Took over for Jed Ciancio.
Homo.
I think they're doing good things over there at Hyper, and with John Paul leading the team efforts, I think they'll do great. Looking forward to seeing the guy this weekend, and next time you look in a Maxim magazine or some GQ magazine, you might see him in there.
My opinion on John Paul Pfeiffer is we were in staging one time, and John Paul had a little mirror, and he was picking his eyebrows, trying to get them perfect. I told him not to worry about it because nobody cameras were going to see him when he was sitting back in 6th place. Anyway, he's got nice eyebrows. Good to go.
There you go. National number 4 and nice eyebrows. John Paul Pfeiffer, people. Moving on, London Wilmot, another team manager. He's the team manager of the Renan Intense team. They're national champions this year in the NBL. London's doing great things over there, and he ended up national number 9 this year with his efforts. So not only a good team manager, putting himself in the top 10 with his racing efforts. Good guy, racing a bunch of times. Always enjoy hanging out with him. Now let's see what is. Of course, you guys can see here. I like everybody. Al hates everybody. So.
To me, London sounds more like a destination, and he should probably get his slow butt over there and stay there. Maybe he can get some wins in. That's my comment on London.
There you go. Look forward to seeing you this week in London. Moving on, we got John Miller. John Miller's an NBLer. He's from Michigan. Great guy, family guy, lovely kid, lovely wife. He ends up national number 3. Last year he was national number 1 in our cruiser class. Amazing main. Passed Jeremy Thompson at the finish line, I believe, to win the title. Followed that up with the national number 3 in 20-inch this year. Like I said, just all-around great guy. Glad to say he's a friend of mine. How do you look this year at the Grands, Al?
Who?
John Miller.
Another guy that, actually John's a nice guy. A little short, squatty, not too good looking, but he's got some ponies. He's got some ponies. I admire John. There's not many midgets that succeed in this sport. John's one of them.
There you go, a successful midget.
Finally.
All right, moving on here to our, he doesn't like it when we call him this, but it's our Cuban brother, Raul Gomez. Came over on a refrigerator or something like that, I don't know. Whatever he came over here on, made him super fast. Dude ends up ABA national number 3 and NBL national number 2. I believe didn't he win the main this year and win the bikes in the NBL Grand?
Yeah, he one cruiser.
One cruiser, there you go. Raul's been on fire all year. Nice guy. Doesn't put up with a bunch of crap. I believe he made himself a brand new friend this year in Rusty Dial. Good little battle going on between them two since Rockford, Illinois. Kind of sad that Raul isn't going to be here. He's taking the Christmas off, I guess, but I guess he'll be back at it next year. Look forward to racing again, Raul. Good times this year.
I'll tell you what, Raul's my good buddy, and I'm going to tell you a little secret. He says he's not from Cuba. I don't really believe him. He says he's from Colombia. Well, let me tell Raul, if you're watching this, let me tell you in your language. In English, that means, I'm going to whoop your butt.
There you go, people. Bilingual over here. Next guy we have on here is the national #1 ABA rider in James Starks. Al loves this guy. I like him. Kind of a quiet guy. A lot of people get a wrong impression of him, but once you get to know him, super nice guy. Enjoy talking to him. Like I said again, Al doesn't like this guy. Can't believe he's #1, I guess. Why don't you go ahead and tell him what you're telling me about old James Starks.
Are you serious? You want to get this on film?
Right there.
Let me just tell you, James Starks is the luckiest man to ever live. If I was James Starks, I'd go buy some lottery tickets. That man had Nag 5 all wrapped up until the last turn at the ABA Grands, when Sean Dupree doesn't know how to make a right turn, takes out his buddy Raul, takes out his other buddy Billy. Who goes around for the win? James, I'm the luckiest man, Starks. He's lucky to ever have a girlfriend. He's lucky. You know what? I'm not even going to get there. I'm just going to say watch out for 2011. We'll see how lucky James Starks is.
There you go, people. James Starks. Apparently, you need to go buy a lottery ticket, Starks. All right, next up here we got Rusty Dial. Dude was super dedicated this year. Showed up in Chula Vista last year.